Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of What's Your Story? Tonight we are sitting down with the founder of Community Gourmet, Traci Anello. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. This is a pleasure.
So you have in your lap, you are holding on to a care package. So this is a Community Gourmet put together package for who?
Older adults.
Okay.
This is intended for older adults, but we also use it for any type of emergencies and also for families. These can be found at general assistance programs
Okay.
for families.
And you have people from anywhere can contribute to the things that you need for your package.
Yeah, we love food drives. Those are a wonderful way for the community to get involved and for young kids to get involved. Some of the schools will do soup drives for us, which is really helpful.
Yeah.
We have an Amazon wish list, so you can go there and see the items that we have. Because we also have a Mission for Nutrition program for children, so those items are also on our Amazon wish list. And you can make a donation. You can just pop in the office or send a check. Would be really nice.
Wow, that is so awesome. And so before all of this got started, did you grow up around here?
I'm originally from Boston.
Okay.
But I have been here for about 25 years now.
Okay.
I've been here.
All right.
And I love it.
What got you to move up to Maine, the other Massachusetts?
The other Mass North.
Mass North.
I think what really got me up here was I was doing some wedding cakes.
Okay.
And this was a beautiful setting. I mean, you don't have a much more beautiful setting than Kennebunkport in Kennebunkport, Maine. So I decided, you know what, instead of driving cakes up here every weekend, why don't I just move up here? And then it'll be a lot easier for me.
Yeah, yeah. So did you have a cake business? You had a cake business?
I did. So I'm a pastry chef by trade.
Okay.
I also work in healthcare right now, but pastry is what I grew up with.
Yeah.
My mom was a baker, and I wanted to carry her tradition on. So I did that through cakes, and that's what my mom did. She always had a homemade cake for people.
Yeah.
And I just saw how it made people feel.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
There's nothing like that.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best feeling in the world,
yeah.
actually.
So, and you probably got some really bizarre requests for...
Yeah. In the beginning, I think as time went on, nothing was bizarre anymore. But yeah, we've got some really interesting flavors and decorations that people want. But you know what? It's their wedding. And if that's what they want.
Exactly.
You know, we want everyone to have a good time. And the cake always reflects the bride and the groom. And so we've had some pretty cool projects.
So did you go to school for that? Did you learn in the kitchen from your mom or?
No, actually, I didn't go to school. I didn't go to culinary school. I actually learned just working in restaurants.
Yeah.
And then up here, I ended up teaming up with a really great chef. I worked at Arrows. I was a pastry chef at Arrows in a banquet.
Okay.
And I worked with a chef over the summer, and just the things he taught me were unbelievable. And as time goes on, you just end up working with chefs that are really talented, and when they see you want to learn, they want to teach you.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's my mission too.
Oh, that's so great. So I met you sort of online buying your most delicious cookies. Can you tell us a little bit about what that's all about?
So the Linzers, yeah. So I had a bakery in Wells, and shortbreads seemed to be a cookie that people really loved, and we could do many things with shortbread dough. So we started doing Linzers, and then when I started the Community Gourmet, I thought, wouldn't it be nice to make homemade cookies, but do it in a heart shape, right? And so that's what we did. So we started, that's how we started raising money for the Community Gourmet, with selling our cookies.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there was no shortage of people who wanted them.
Well, they're labor intensive.
They can be, yeah. They can be. You know, we would do between 30 and 35 dozen per event. But you know, if you love what you do, right, and you know that the people who are receiving them are going to love them, it's the whole reason why you do it.
So you have a team now of people that help you, or I mean, you were doing a lot of this by yourself. So have you been able to get folks on board to, help you get these things ready?
We have, well, because we're in a very small area, it's a little hard for us to have multiple volunteers.
Yeah.
But what we do have is we have volunteers that do different things outside of our office. So there might be some people who maybe don't have transportation but want to contribute.
Okay.
So what we do is we'll take, we have one woman that makes our cards. She makes these beautiful cards for us. So we'll give her the card stock and the cards.
Oh, wow.
And she'll do about 50 to 100 at a time. So we'll go to her house and pick those up.
Mhm.
And then we have a young gentleman, and he puts together the peanut butter and jelly packages for us. So, it's a way to let people.
So
It's
great.
just a way to let people that don't have, like I said, don't have transportation but
Mhm.
want to help
Mhm.
and can't. So we find little jobs for everybody.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful retired restaurant owner, Joe. He does most of the care packages for us. And so if you can imagine a retired restaurant owner, chef, our conversations there's
Wow.
never anything to run out of to
I
talk
I
about.
bet. So, and Hannaford provides the bags for you, so you're able to wrap those up, and so where would I pick something like that up if I needed one?
So if you needed one for a neighbor, you could give us a call and we
Mhm.
can make sure you have that.
Yeah.
The other places we're in the Kennebunkport General Assistance Programs, and these also are carried by the Kennebunk and Kennebunkport Police Departments.
Okay.
So if they go to a home, they
Mhm.
can leave a package of food there,
Okay. Oh.
which we really love.
Yep.
And these are also in Biddeford and Saco at the GA programs in the police departments. The
Okay.
COS has these.
Mhm.
They carry these. The little pantry on Water Street at the
Yep.
chamber.
Yep.
They always have these there, so you can go in and ask for one there.
Wow.
And the center in Kennebunk also has
Mhm.
these. And Southern Maine Agency on Aging.
Yep.
They pass these out with Meals on Wheels when they go to
Okay.
the house.
So if you were signed up for a Meals on Wheels program, you could also get. Okay.
Right. And that helps supplement the meals that they're given.
Right.
So everything that's in here, there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner options
Okay.
in this little bag.
Okay,
them.
that's nice. And the if you have, because we do have winter here, having something that's in addition to, something that they have to throw in their freezer or the
Right.
storm pack or whatever yeah.
Yeah, that's a great name for a new
Yeah.
package. Thank you, Mary Lou. And the nice thing about these packages is everything can be done in a microwave, so it's safe,
Yeah.
right? So you don't have to worry about stoves. So you're working with older adults
Yeah.
or children. Children can also make this macaroni and cheese in here.
Mhm.
There's tuna fish packets. There's Chef Boyardee meals and Hormel completes. So there are some meals in here that are really easy to prepare,
Yeah.
but safe because safety was really important to us.
Yeah. So now you teamed up with our children's librarian last year. Was it last
was
year the
last year,
first
yeah.
time? Okay, so and that's going to happen again this year. So Terry had cards that were ready, and some of the younger children came in and decorated them, maybe wrote a note, and so that was really special.
They made little ornaments too.
They made ornaments, yes. So, and those went in some of the packages.
They did, and we got really good feedback from people
Mhm.
that had those homemade cards. So we're looking forward to doing that again this year.
Yeah.
I think it's a great way for kids to understand why they're making these cards.
Yeah.
That you're just going to help somebody have a better day.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to let them know that young.
Yeah, because I think that it is, you can't start young enough learning,
That's true.
learning about your neighbors and how to be kind to them,
Mhm.
and because you just don't know, people's story, and so
Right.
it's so great to be able to learn empathy.
That's the beauty too of our packages because we don't ask any questions.
Mhm.
If you want one, we'll make sure you get one.
Yeah.
These are at no cost to people, so you don't have to
Yeah.
qualify for them.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why I started this program was for people who pretty much fall through the cracks sometimes. Maybe their income doesn't meet the threshold, criteria that would qualify them for assistance.
Mhm.
So we made these packages so we could reach everybody. Really,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really the whole idea.
Yeah, that is just so wonderful. And I think that, you'll have people that will kind of go through periods of time where, and a lot of folks don't want to, they're so modest and too proud, too stubborn sometimes, to ask for help. So it sounds like you've really done a great job of, no questions and making it available in many different places.
With the help of the community.
So, yeah.
We couldn't have done that without the help of the community, but also the education that you offer. I mean, upstairs last year, I remember Terry did a great display of books for food insecurity. And so that was that's a wonderful way to show the kids, as they're making those cards,
Mhm.
why they're doing that. So it takes a village. I mean, that's a true statement.
Yes.
It takes
Yeah.
a village. And, we call ourselves the community gourmet for a reason, because it is the community that comes together.
Mhm.
We can be the gourmet part, but it really does
Yeah.
take the community.
Yeah. We have one of our board members, Rosemary Shore, her husband, Billy Shore. I don't know if you've ever met him,
Hmm.
but he started a foundation called Share Our Strength, No Kid Hungry. It's a No Kid Hungry campaign.
Wonderful.
So he started that back in the 80s, I believe. And it's still happening.
Nice.
Like we're still, you know, reaching out to folks all across the country,
Hmm.
some different countries. The sad thing is that we're still talking about food insecurity
Yeah.
in this country, but you have to make it into a positive. And
Mhm.
so, and that's what you've done is be able to,
Yeah.
because it is still happening.
It is still happening.
And to be able to provide that for folks is, and you probably have some really hard moments, sometimes when
Yeah.
you see folks. So
We do. When we started doing this for older adults, we had talked to Candace Simone, who started the York County Elder Abuse Task
yeah,
Force.
yep,
And after my conversation with Candace, and she explained, just exactly how much of a need there was out there,
hmm
we immediately just went to work, and we brought her the first one to look at and get some feedback. That's the beauty of these kits. We can change them any way that we need to. So we're always evolving by education and
yeah,
learning what people need. She was really a big help for us to get these off the ground. And I have to say, the one thing about this package that's so important is what we put inside.
hmm
Everything is chosen carefully. We don't
yeah,
just put food in the
yeah,
bag, but we choose it carefully because we want people to enjoy what they're eating,
yeah,
and that's really important to us.
yeah, yeah. And you don't even think about putting a can of soup in or something that it needs a can opener or like things that to be able to open so that they can enjoy.
Mhm.
So sometimes that can be really tricky too.
We have a rule, so we only use
Yeah.
pop tops just for that reason.
Good for you.
That's our rule.
Yeah.
And we also, we have other smaller rules like we don't use anything with glass, so we don't have to worry
Okay.
about
Yep.
anything breaking. And our other
Yeah.
rule is to always have allergen stickers on it,
Yeah.
so we can
Yeah.
identify them. But you're right. I mean, a can opener is essential.
Key, but you wouldn't think about it.
No,
Right?
until you get the product right, you wouldn't think about
Exactly.
it.
So now you have some things that are coming up after the turn of the year,
Mhm.
2025. Can you talk about a few of those programs?
We do. We have a couple of fun programs coming up. We have cocktails, cupcakes, and romantic ghost stories with our own Diana Lent, who tells ghost stories and does ghost tours.
Okay.
So we'll be serving decadent cupcakes, which I'll be making, and then we'll have some cocktails.
Uh-huh.
And this will be at the Blue in Kennebunk on February 12th from 6:30 to 8:30.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun night.
I bet. So, like, bride is left at the altar, bride is left at the table, the captain has sailed off to sea.
Yes.
There's so many of those stories around here.
That's what she had asked me, what kind of stories, and I said, "Don't you have any sea captain stories? Like that would
Yeah.
be great." But we just want people to it's February,
Mhm.
and we just want people to have a night out where they're just hearing great stories and having a cocktail and just having some great
Yeah,
cupcakes.
it is really fun to hear those legends. So, and then you have another thing is it May?
In May, we have the
Okay.
Kentucky Derby party,
Okay.
and that will be Saturday, May 3rd at the Known Anthem.
Oh, fun.
So that's going to be a great event. So you have to bring your hat and you have to get dressed
The
up.
Fascinator. Okay.
So that'll be great. That'll be a fun time.
So, and that's a fundraiser for you to be able to keep doing what you're doing and going out and,
So we can keep making these packages.
That is so awesome.
We have done over 7,000 packages since 2022. We started January of 2022. And that's with our recipe kit program,
Yep.
the care package program, and the Mission for Nutrition.
Yeah.
And, we also have packages that we were delivering to Biddeford for people who were unhoused
Okay.
to help get them through the winter.
Wow. And there's a lot.
There
There's
is
a
a
lot
lot.
of them. Yeah.
There is a lot.
So, and I saw you a few times at the Kennebunk, the farmers market. So you had some things that were there.
We did.
Are you there every Saturday in the summer?
The first year we were,
Okay.
but we were really short on help at that
I
time.
was going to say, because I don't know when you sleep.
Well, standing up. But we would like to get back to the farmers market because it's really important that the vegetables that are at the market can be used with our recipe kits.
Okay.
So they go together. So if you go to a farmers market, there's SNAP benefits.
Yep.
And you can get, I think it's 2 for 1 on vegetables. So we would bring these packages with us, and people would get a ticket, and they would come over, and we would give them a package.
Okay.
And on it, it had a list of all the vegetables that were at the market that day that they could pick up to go with what was inside.
So they could sort of learn how to, and that's the key, right?
Yeah. The recipe kits, that's how we started, by the way. Our recipe kits is how we started.
Yeah.
And that was a pre-COVID. I was trying to figure out a way to do cooking lessons, and then COVID hit. So my sister had one of those meal like Blue Apron and HelloFresh. She had one at her house, and I thought, you know what? Everybody should have one of those. So that's how we really started. I mean, that's how we first started, by doing that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. So so growing up in Boston area, did you have a big family?
We do. Yeah, 8 children.
Ooh,
8 children.
wow.
Yeah.
Where do you fall?
Right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Right in the middle, yeah.
But that must be fun to come together. Do they help? Any siblings help with?
My sister does,
Okay.
especially when we first started. She had some really great ideas. So, and we also used to, I would make these and bring them down to my dad's, and I'd say, okay, I want you to try these and tell me how they work for you. And then,
Okay.
my dad's 93, and I thought, you know what, I want your feedback on what was easy. What else would you like to see in here? So my dad was my test.
He was your test kitchen.
He was my test kitchen. And he's Italian, so he was fine with it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how fun. Yeah. So now, do you have children?
I have a daughter.
You have a daughter.
She's 37.
Does she help you with this?
She does help me with this. Yeah, she's wonderful.
That must be fun.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
To do together?
Well, she's moved out west now because she got a wonderful job, but she still does our IT work.
Okay.
So, that's really helpful because I don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. So if I went to look you up, is it communitygourmet.org or?
TheCommunityGourmet.org.
The Community.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please visit our website. Our website is wonderful. We have a
Okay.
volunteer that went in and just organized it, and everything that you need to know about us is on that website.
Okay, and we can always tell the Community Gourmet by the green heart.
By the green heart.
So,
yes.
That is so awesome. Well, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for doing so much for our community.
Thank you for supporting us.
So, and we would love to help in any way that we can. So we're going to start with the cards and the ornaments upstairs.
Oh, wonderful.
And we'll have a drop off you have a list of things.
Yes.
For folks to drop off here at the library, and then we will turn them over to you.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
So like Lorna Doones and, all the fun. I remember last year, some of the things that were on the list. This is easy. This is so, we all should be,
Did you see how it all came together though? So like we have Lorna Doones, we have tea, and we have the cards. So somebody could be having a Lorna Doone or drinking a cup of tea and making a card. And, we call that a moment. We want to give people a moment, let them know they're supported.
Yeah.
But the other things we have in there, we do have dry milk in there because some people don't have milk at their home.
Yeah.
So we have dry milk, and we have cereal and oatmeal and soup and crackers and a lot
comfort stuff.
A lot of comfort food in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think about, when you have, if you're a coupon cutter, a lot of times you have to buy 3 to get 1, or, it's okay. Do I really need 6, things of toothpaste?
Yeah.
Or, when you go to the store and so just thinking about that extra person, like how do I spread,
Yeah.
So, because I feel like every day that, I'm so fortunate to be able to have a job and food on my table and food in my refrigerator. And, I think some of us don't think about how lucky we really are. So
I don't, and you know what, if you can spread that, if you can just, if you can do something kind for somebody else, I think that it's going to make a huge difference in the people that do that too.
Yeah.
And, people just, like I said, people need to know they're being supported and that we hear them and that we're here for them. It's a hard time, but you know what? It's okay. We're here. We're going to help you through it. And I think that, again, our community is on every level, is there for people.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate that this is where I chose to live.
Yes, we are too. So Traci Anello, the Community Gourmet, we love what you do. Thank you so much for really for everything. And you're bringing so many people together on so
Thank
many
you.
levels. So
Well, thank you for your support. We
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us tonight for another episode of What's Your Story? And hopefully we'll see you right back here soon.